Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. This is episode number 20. It's coming out on the 21st. It's episode number 30 in the series here. This is episode number 2 of the post-game that we are playing through. Per our last update there, we are now going to the space station here to go and talk to Steven Stone. And to actually get like the update of everything that is going on here. So we can see the meteor coming in, planning to hit the Earth, which is not good news for most of civilization, as I'm sure you could sort of imagine there. It's not great that we're all gonna pass away here in a tragic chaos. But we are sort of putting a plan together here as to how we're going to stop it. So that is really what we're going through. I breezed through a lot of the text there. If you want to slow it down and read what we're actually talking about, feel free to do so. Obviously, our opponent here, I don't even know what I want to call her, because like I keep skipping the name every time she comes by. What should we call her? Let's make up another name. Oh, what's a good name for Soda Pops, like a feminine Soda Pop name? We could call her Smirnoff, but I feel like that's too on the nose, you know? I feel like it's like Russian and kind of gets into that territory too, which I don't really want to. Let's call her Bailey for Bailey's Irish Cream. So we got Bailey here coming and giving the news that like, hey, we shouldn't be doing what we're doing. She's getting the Keystones for a reason. And yeah, that's what she's really going on about. If you're wondering how I came up with the name Bailey for Bailey's Irish Cream so quickly, it's because I have Bailey's Irish Cream right next to my coffee pot. Because sometimes on a Sunday morning, average Joe here likes to make a cup of coffee and add a little bit of Bailey's Irish Cream into it. If he doesn't have anywhere to go, you know, likes to have a slow, boozy start to a Sunday morning. Not that it gets you drunk per se, but it's a good soda pop to start the day. Loosen up the bones on a weekend. I don't know, that's a very rare occurrence. For those that don't know, I'm a big, not a huge lifter, but I like to stay active, and then I run long distances daily, so me having a cup of coffee with Bailey's Irish Cream is a rarity, but we got Steven Stone and the brain trust here between assigned to Steven Stone, myself, talking about what could possibly be going on here. But he says we need to set off for like the place where we fought Team Aqua on the bridge. It's like one of these weird routes here, but there's a couple new trainers, a couple dragon trainers that we can get to. Honestly, there's a couple Bagons. I would love to catch a Bagon and have it on my team, just so I could have a Salamence. But, like, that's the thing with Pokemon post-games. Like, I give it credit, right? Like, we're stopping at the Delta episode. There is so much more that you can do in this post-game that would be really, really fun to do, and it would be worthwhile trading up a Salamence. It would be worthwhile, like in our last episode, we got Totodile, taking Totodile and training him up and having him be our Water-type Pokemon, because there's just so many great things that you could do. But by the time I've reached this point in the Let's Play, I don't want to, like, move into the, like, I want to do another Let's Play, you know? I want to switch things up. And like that's where it gets really hard from my perspective, because it's like, you know, we're having so much fun doing these post battles, so we're sort of wiping the field. It would be nice to add challenge, to add some new Pokemon in the mix. but I don't want to make it unnecessarily hard on myself for the sake of making it unnecessarily hard on myself, knowing that, like, this has to come to a close, you know? Especially when I look back and I look at, and not to be in a negative light, but it's like, I think since, like, 2 Let's Plays ago, like, the amount of views we've been getting per episode has, like, slowly, it was on the decline there, and now it's sort of, like, evened out, and we're back in, like, the teens stage. And I think what happened was one of my YouTube videos got hit with, like, some sort of content strike, because we were in, like, the 100 200 range, like 100 200 views, like, per episode. It was going good for, like, 2 or 3 months straight there, and then, like, I got hit with a content strike from an episode that came out years ago. YouTube overturned it and said that, like, you know, there was no reason that they should have struck the video, but, like, since then, the views have never bounced back. So another good reason for you guys to like, comment, subscribe if you want to, but it makes it harder to play games like this and, like, really say, oh, we're gonna milk another 15 episodes out of it, when it's just like, well, yeah, like, the views are very low and mixed, and I get some of that as, you know, it's average Joe here, right? Just enjoying soda pops, talking into the channel, but, like, some of it is also, like, the YouTube algorithm feels like it's actively not working in my in my corner to help promote some of it too, which I get, but it's just a pain in the butt. For those of you out there who are creators, I'm sure you completely understand what I'm saying, and yeah, like, you get it, but it's like hard to explain that to, like, a non-content creator. But there we go, we have, like, the whole mix up here inside of, like, this little tunnel, and then we're forced to go back here. This is I think Slateport City, I think that's the name of it. It's the town right after you find the guy with the Wingle. But we're gonna have a couple battles here back to back with some Team Aqua grunts, because of course we are. You know, they're gonna be a part of it. But of course, as always, you know, they're their usual pushover selves. There's nothing here that's remarkable. And at this point in the Let's Play, I'm not really trying to, like, level up anybody, so I am doing a large amount of, like, switching out, like, between players, just to say, like, oh, you know, like, let's get this guy a leveler, let's see a little bit of this person, versus, like, just breezing through with one person. I'll tell you, one thing that really surprised me, and this is sort of me just, like, off the cuff talking about it, is, like, how useful Jameson is in this Let's Play. Like, I don't think I pointed it out until a couple episodes ago, but Jameson's probably our most used Pokemon in this Let's Play, and I've never had one on the team until this specific Let's Play. And it has proven to be probably the best Pokemon that we have. Like, in terms of versatility, in terms of being able to handle things, in terms of being able to, like, knock things down slowly, it's great across the board. It's one of those things that, like, even though I have the firefighting type here, usually I would choose Mudkip because it's strategically the best Pokemon to have as a starter Pokemon. I would say if you're not choosing Jameson, like, you're making the wrong decision. It's the best, like, fighting grass type that you could possibly have on the team. I mean, even from a fighting type standpoint, you really need one in this generation due to the amount of dark types that are there. And to have the dual type with, like, fighting grass doesn't necessarily give you an advantage, but, like, your other fighting type Pokemon that you could possibly have on the team aren't greater than Jameson. If you believe that there's one that's better, please point out in the comments below. I know the amount of people that are going to drop, like, Markiata or whatever his name is. Trust me, I had one on the team before. He's really, really slow. He's really powerful, but he's really slow. So, like, the drawback is there. For somebody who plays like I do, where, like, you're an all-out attacker, it's not worth it. I think Jameson is a much better option. I guess you do get some extra weaknesses from, like, poison and things like that, but it's really never become a problem. Now, Landshark here, I would go on and tell you about how great Landshark is, but I think everybody knows how great Landshark is. I don't think I have to push for how great Manectric is as a Pokemon. Manectric is solely the best electric type Pokemon you can get in this generation, like, without a doubt. It's not even like question. I can't even think of, like, another replacement for it. Plusle and Minel, they're garbage. They are not good Pokemon at all. Like, that is the ideal option. With that being said, as always, we got another soda pop coming out for you, ladies and gentlemen. I am still, for those wondering from the previous episode, I am enjoying Keystone over here, which is not a beer. I will say, like, I don't share which soda pops I drink on a daily basis on the channel. I just say having a soda pop at Keystone is usually a staple when I'm doing these videos, just because it's so light and drinkable that you can enjoy many a Keystone, you know, and you don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of Keystone that you had. But I'm having it, especially in this case, in this Pokemon game, because of the Keystones being stolen and their overall use in the story plot. So, you know, you could say I'm drinking for the festivities. I'm enjoying the soda pops in correlation to how things are happening in the story. But here we go. This is actually, like, really interesting. I love, like, the +5 fight here. The Intimidate from all of them sucks. And you can tell I'm quickly gonna switch. Like, we can't take out one at a time. We're gonna lose. That's where, like, once again, Landshark is the obvious option to have here. Because it has an attack that spreads the entirety of the field. And you're gonna need that in a situation like this. I mean, they kind of, I was just gonna roll with it, but they did Roar. Another one did Roar. Okay, Flygon. Let's use Earthquake. Earthquake's gonna hit all of them. I'm sure that'll work out well. Let's see how it goes. They all roll down. Tito, my boy. Look at that. Even Tito getting an appearance on this episode. Like, it's so cool. Like, in this end game, like, it can push me in spots where I feel like I'm having a hard time, but it also always feels very, very relaxed. Like, I never feel like I'm pushed to the point of, like, breaking, but I feel like I actually have to be smart about it. Like, using Earthquake there was a really smart move, otherwise we were just going to burn a lot of time with Jameson. Which I was willing to do, but if we don't need to do it, we don't need to do it, you know? Once again, I'm going to make the petition here. There's just been so much of an emphasis on water-type Pokemon. We should have somebody from Team Aqua and Team Magma here to fight us and say, like, you know, like, this is a route, like, I feel like this is, like, the mark, this is the only thing, if I'm gonna be nitpicky, this is the only thing that this generation is missing, is a diversity of Pokemon being introduced, because I can guarantee, there's a Sharpedo, yeah, definitely, and a Mightyena, yeah, like, at this point, these are both really easy Pokemon to deal with. I mean, I'm gonna take them down one at a time. Seed Bomb on Sharpedo, and then Sky Uppercut on Mightyena. Even with the Mega Evolution, I bet you this is a one-hit KO. Let's bet on it. Make your bets. You would have lost. Look at that. No, but in all seriousness, it's just like you see the same Pokemon time and time again. It would be fun to see Camerupt Mega Evolve. It'd be fun to see a Numel Mega Evolve. It'd be fun to see Torkoal Mega Evolve. Like, I don't even know if all those Pokemon have evolutions. In fact, I think Numel evolves into Camerupt, maybe? Might be wrong on that, but it sounds about right. But it's just like, come on, like, you need to move away from it a little bit. And it's sort of like I said, when I initially played it, I played Ruby, because, like, you get that little bit of diversity in team. Whereas, like, here, you don't get it at all. So it's a little disappointing, but nonetheless, the story continues to move forward, and we continue to have fun. It's not the end of the world, but if I'm gonna be nitpicky, I would say, like, there's one thing I would like the Pokemon Company to fix in this game. That's what it would be. Is, like, you know, even though we pick Team Aqua, there are certainly many moments in the game where Team Aqua and Team Magma can come together as a united force, especially at this point, after all the shit that they figured out throughout the main series of the game that wasn't gonna work. Where they come together and say, well, you know what, even though that didn't work, we need to come together on a conclusion to how this all is gonna end. They could do it, and it would work terrific. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said earlier in the video when I was ranting about YouTube, it's greatly motivational towards myself and continue to make videos just like this now and in the near future. We'll be playing this series here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I believe by the end of next week, this series will be completely wrapped up and we'll have nothing left to do unless there is an overwhelming demand to play this game. But I gotta be honest, this voiceover is coming out on the 1st of this month, so I'm likely already moving into the next Let's Play and moving forward. But if there is an overwhelming demand, we'll take a look at it. But yeah, outside of that, we'll be playing LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga here on Mondays and Wednesdays for a little bit of a switch up in the channel. And Mario vs. Donkey Kong is also coming out on Sundays. We're doing a world at a time. And for a new Let's Play, you know, that's a pretty fun one to go and check out. The end of the Switch, sort of the end of that era. I believe the new console is right along the way. So if you want to check out that, please feel free to check it out. And as always, we hope to see you all here on the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.